Jace Denman for Flag Family Media. I'm here with head MSUM men's basketball coach Tim Bergstraser. Coach, great season last year. You achieved #1 ranking in the nation at one point last year. You made it to the NCAAs. You won a game there. We hadn't done that in a while. Take us back. So to start off with, what is your assessment of last season then?
Well, I said it to a lot of people going into last season. I was very curious. That was my common statement, and I didn't know what to expect. I loved what we had coming in, and a good mix of veterans and new faces, and those new faces exceeded my expectations, to be honest. I mean, that was credit to them for buying into what we did, and I think it just for us to go on that, I don't know, was it 15, 16 games in a row to start the year? I'd never expected that. I expect to win every game. That's my competitive nature, but I know how that all works in reality. But it just went to show just the kind of guys that we have in this program. They always found a way to win, even if it was ugly or gritty, whatever the case is. They did a great job doing that. So it was, as a coach, you're proud of what you did. I mean, but at the same time, #1 was cool. Like, and it's nothing I'm going to, tip my cap off. But it's, in the end, I'm a little selfish. We didn't win a championship or nothing like that. So, we can't pat ourselves on the back too much. Yeah, 25 games is pretty cool, but not to be ungrateful. I don't think, we didn't cut a net down or nothing. I think that's what we really try to achieve. So, but no, it was a fun year, and I think our guys had a great time. So as a coach, you want your guys. We sell that experience to them in recruiting. We want them to experience those kind of moments. So as a coach, to see that and see them go through that, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, I tell you what. I mean, James and I being on the sideline for that ride last year was amazing, and obviously I can't wait for this season as well. Off of last year's team, you do lose two key players. You lose Dane Zimmer, you lose Jakir Sanchez, but you brought in 3 different transfers in. You bring in Jaden, Levi, and Sam. So tell us a little about these new transfers in that'll be presumably seeing a lot of time on the court.
Yeah, so this offseason we knew we needed to bring in some more size, and we believe if you're fortunate enough to make the tournament, usually size, athleticism is what makes you continue. Obviously skill helps that too. So I think we did a really good job with that in the offseason. And I've loved them ever since they got here. They've been great. They seem to fit in extremely well. Obviously, they're still trying to figure out how we do things in between the lines. But it's been a treat to coach them. Jaden Doyle, he came out of Monmouth for us. Bigger, strong, athletic guard. He could do a little bit of everything. I think the thing that he really takes pride in is the defensive end. So, and he's a very good rebounder as well. And I love my X and O's, but at the same time, I'm a defensive guy and rebounder at heart. So I really appreciate him doing that. And then with Sam Hostreiter, NDSU transfer, very skilled, 6'7" forward. I think he could play 4/5, and very good 3-point shooter, handles the ball extremely well. Just one of those guys, like when you're talking to him, like he loves being coached. Like he's looking right you in the eye, and he wants you to tell him straight, and he's trying to go out there and make those adjustments. So he's done a really good job on that end. And with Levi Burkholz from Citadel, we recruited him very heavily out of high school.
So it's nice. Were familiar with him then?
Yep. So we were kind of hoping he was going to transfer at some point, because we try to go for those D1 type players, and that's sometimes the benefit when they kick back. And we had that previous relationship, and we obviously had to still work for him to get here, but we didn't. He felt comfortable in it, and he's a very multi-dimensional guard. He could play on the block. He could shoot the 3 well. He's very good downhill. So I mean that's helped our offense out a lot. So we brought in some size, skill, athleticism, and I think that's what our goal was.
You bring back the Kinsey brothers, the Benninga brothers, Jameer Price is back, Jacob Jennison is back. So when you talk about those 3 guys, the transfers in, do they bring different aspects to the game outside of size that will make this team a bit different than last year's team as far as style of play?
A little bit. Like when you lose guys like Jakir, I mean, he's incredible within a ball screen as like a 6'4" guard, and like Jaden's pretty good in the ball screen. Levi's very good in the ball screen. It's maybe we have an opportunity this year with Sam to slide Logan to a 3 every once in a while, which has always been my goal since I recruited him. So style-wise, like how they play, I don't think it's completely different because we try to recruit like a certain skill set, so it fits how we play. It makes it a lot easier for us and them. But I do think from what we brought in with what's returning, it's allowed us to play differently with rotations. We might be very big in rotations, might be a little smaller with some of the rotations, but still very skilled and not like completely small. So I think we got a good mix.
You bring in Sam Hostreiter from NDSU just across the river. I mean, more than likely he'll probably get the bulk of the playing time where Dane Zimmer was previously. Dane Zimmer, one of the best all-time rebounders here at this school. So are you going to be able to replace a player like Dane with the little things he did, the defense that he brought, the rebounding he brought? Can you replace that with an individual, or does that have to be kind of a committee to replace the type of production you got out of Dane?
Well, Dane's an X factor.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to miss him, and you're always curious. The year before that, it's you lose guys like Lorenzo, Jaden, Gavin. It's like how you replace that. I mean, you're never going to, but it's like how can we try to supplement that without overpowering it? But Dane was incredible on the glass, defensively as a 5-man as well. We relied on him a lot for just so many little things that a lot of people just don't get, in my opinion, or maybe they don't appreciate. And I always told him after every game, my guys like, I appreciate everything you do, and I know you understand that because you don't get enough love that you should. But so I mean, Sam and they're completely different players. I'll say that. Sam's a very good three-point shooter, like I said, good off the bounce. He's not nearly as good of a rebounder as Dane. Sure. I don't think I'll ever coach a better rebounder than Dane. If I'm he just had a knack for rebounding, knowing where to be, and he just knew how to do it. Some things you just can't teach him. So yeah, it's going to be different. I don't want to completely change how we do things. We don't anticipate that, but we're definitely at the that's the fun for me with any new face that come to the program. We got to coach them up. So maybe they're not great rebounders when they came here, but that's my job to try to elevate them with what they got to be a better rebounder, if that's the example.
When you talk about coaching players up, you got 4 freshmen on the team. More than likely, the goal usually is in the men's game as opposed to the women's game a little bit. You want to redshirt these players, allow them a year to develop, get used to the weight program, get bigger, faster, stronger, etc. at the college level. Tell us a little about these 4 recruits you got coming in as freshmen this year.
Yeah, so we definitely tell them right away in the recruitment process, our goal is to redshirt them. We believe we're in a standing right now to do that. But that's always up in the air. We know that always changes. I mean, you got a guy, Logan Kinsey, he's straight up told us, like, I'm not redshirting, and that worked out for us. We were very proud of that freshman class, and we very confident to say we don't think we missed on any of them. They're very, very good basketball players, incredible human beings, very competitive. So very happy to see them in practice every single day. Carson Johnson from Iowa, just hard-nosed, just works his tail off, very, very skilled, IQ off the charts in a ball screen just in general. Very confident young man. So, I mean, it's been fun to see him and Cobb go at it every day. I mean, Cobb has a lot of respect for Carson as well, so that's been a treat for me. You got guys like Cody Dandridge. He's a prep school out of Kansas. Got a good buddy out there, and he's a 6'5" wing, very athletic, very good shooter, plays really well off the ball, flying off screens, handles it a lot better than I thought he did until he came here. But I think his ceiling's incredibly high. I mean, I keep using a Lorenzo reference to him again. Lorenzo's very special.
He very, very much.
On top of being very good, he was a cutthroat competitor.
Well, exactly.
I mean, like Cody, he's very long, very athletic. Like I said, shoots it very well. So he's been fun to coach. He's very, very competitive as well. Sean Wysocki from Rochester. We worked very, very hard to get that young man. We put in a lot of time to get him throughout the year, and we were very glad that he came here. He's been incredible. I mean, he shows a lot of energy, very versatile as a 3/4 man. Definitely improved his shooting ability since he's been here, but he's a very long athlete, and that's obviously a common theme from what I've been saying. Long, athletic, skilled. That's our goal.
Outside of your point guard Carson, yes, I came in and I went, this team is much bigger than last year. It just it feels that way. But obviously a lot of great recruits coming in, obviously, to this team. I don't want to gloss over Brody Wisher.
Oh no, of course, can't forget our boy Brody. I mean, he's the ultimate team guy, man. He has so much energy every single day. Never seen a sad face on that man, and
love it.
He's a very, very good lights out lefty shooter. So he's done a great job. I know his high school coach very well played from college, so I knew what we were getting.
There you go. I'm looking forward to the season. Obviously, first thing is first. You got an exhibition next week against NDSU. You don't get many chances to play against those guys, but I think it's a great test before the season officially starts to get a chance to see where you're at, especially against a Division I competition. So tell us a little about that matchup and why you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, it's just nice when you don't have to travel too far. It's no secret. Everybody in this area, I think, has wanted that game to come back. And when Rich called me up, I didn't have to put any effort on it. Everybody's always asked how'd I get it to work. And it wasn't anything I did. I mean, he just called me up and said, hey, do you want to get this done? And I didn't waste any time. I said yes, and I didn't care what the date was. If we were playing today, I would have agreed to it too. We might not have been ready, but we're very excited when you get an opportunity to play NDSU, a very good team in the Summit League. They're traditionally a very good winning culture. But in the end, for us as a program, it's going to make us better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Win, lose, whatever the case is going to be. I just hope we don't go in there, get popped by 30. You never want that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think we got a lot of mutual respect for one another, and I believe it's going to be a competitive basketball game. We're going to get exposed in some areas, and it doesn't matter who we're going to play. That's what those exhibitions and scrimmages are for. So it'll be good for our team. And then I've said it so much, just for the community of Fargo-Moorhead. There's a good buzz right now around that game, and I'm expecting it's going to be a packed shack. So
it's going to be.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. When we look at the season, obviously the preseason conference rankings came out. You guys came in second behind the defending national champion, Minnesota State Mankato. So when you look at this team, and I know you got to go through your exhibition, you got your non-conference, but what is the goal? Obviously, the goal is always to win the conference. But I mean, I guess maybe to some extent, what are your expectations? I don't know how you want to word that as a head coach, because you don't want to put something out there you can't take back. Yeah. But I mean, obviously, we've seen you win the conference tournament back-to-back years. We've seen you be at the upper echelon of the conference last year and make the national tournament the last 3 years, I believe. So, what are your expectations and goals for the season?
Yeah, I mean, I've even had some self-talk, and it just comes down to I don't know.
Right.
We're picked second. It's just a number. I never get caught up in that stuff. When we were number one last year, it's in your mind. You think about it a little bit, but I'm not going to think we're all high and mighty. Yeah. Because it's just what I think expectations of other teams, what they see on us. We appreciate that. We got that respect from other programs in our league, but you guys know how good our league is.
Oh yeah, anybody can beat anybody any given night.
Last year, the top 10 teams in our league, 8 of them were in the top 10 of the regional rankings. It's stacked. So. We're for me, just focusing on our team. We're going to get through these exhibition scrimmages. We got a lot to still figure out. We got a lot of new faces. It takes time with transfers and freshmen or whoever's going to play. It takes a lot of time. Yeah. So I'm very curious. I said the same thing last year. I'm eager. I'm curious. I don't know what to expect, but I do know about our guys. They've been bringing a lot of effort every single day in practice. They really enjoy being around each other. I could definitely tell. They're a very close group. Yep. They compete their tails off. So I appreciate that as a coach, but I'll be curious to see where we're at now compared to at the end of the year. Obviously, you want to be playing your best ball at the end of the year. Yes, I want to go win 25 games again, but I know how competition goes. It's not always that smooth.
Well, and obviously, it's nice being ranked towards the top at the beginning of the season, but you want to be there at the end of the season, and that's obviously the ultimate goal. So, obviously, Coach, best of luck this season. I'm super excited for this season. Like you, I have, in a sense, high expectations as well. I can't wait to see the team perform. Excited for next week to see you guys take on NDSU, but obviously, Saturdays are for the Dragons on the flag, and James and I will be there for all the covers all season long.
Look forward to it.
All right. This is Jace Denman alongside head men's basketball coach Tim Bergstraser. We'll talk to you soon.